Have you ever wondered why younger women seem interested at first, only to pull away soon after? It's a mystery that many older men struggle to understand. There's a fine line between being an attractive older man and one who simply makes women uncomfortable. The difference might be in the small, unnoticed behaviors that can either spark attraction or kill it. Let's dive into the 7 habits that might be turning younger women off without you even knowing it. It's not just about looks. How you carry yourself, your energy, and your actions speak volumes when it comes to attraction. The way you communicate, the way you engage, and even the way you handle your confidence can either draw someone in or push them away. These habits are more common than you think, and many men make them unknowingly, often without realizing the powerful impact they have on the dynamic between them and a younger woman. So, let's explore the subtle things that might be sabotaging your chances and how to avoid them. Habit 1. Clinging to youth. Instead of owning your age, attraction isn't about trying to act younger. It's about embracing who you are. Younger women are often drawn to older men, not because they're trying to fit in with the younger crowd, but because of their maturity, experience, and stability. When an older man tries to dress or talk in ways that mimic younger trends, like using outdated slang or attempting to imitate TikTok dances, he risks looking insecure and out of touch. Imagine an older man at a social event trying too hard to fit in, wearing graphic tees with youthful sayings, or using phrases that sound forced and unnatural. He may be trying to connect with younger people, but instead, he comes across as trying to recapture something that's no longer his to claim. Contrast that with a confident older man who embraces his age, dressing in timeless styles and speaking with wisdom. He doesn't need to follow every trend to feel relevant. This kind of man exudes confidence, showcasing his true self, someone who knows who they are and is comfortable in their skin. It's this authenticity, not an imitation of youth, that creates real attraction. A genuine sense of self is far more appealing than desperately trying to look or act younger. Habit 2. Flexing your wealth in a desperate way. Wealth, when earned genuinely, can be attractive. However, flaunting it excessively can often send the wrong message, especially when it's used as a shield for insecurity. Women are turned off when a man tries to use his material possessions to cover up his lack of self-confidence or emotional depth. For instance, imagine an older man on a date who constantly name-drops expensive restaurants or mentions his luxury watches and designer clothes. He keeps steering the conversation back to his wealth, showing off his lavish lifestyle. While the intent might be to impress, it ends up feeling more like he's trying too hard, making the date awkward rather than charming. True attraction comes from self-assurance, not the desperate need to prove one's worth through possessions. A truly successful man doesn't need to constantly showcase his wealth because it speaks for itself. His lifestyle, his values, and his behavior reflect his success. The subtle confidence that comes from knowing who you are, without needing external validation, is far more magnetic than any flashy display of wealth. Habit 3. Complaining about modern women like it's a personality trait. Constantly complaining about modern dating or women in general can make an older man appear bitter and out of touch. Men who frequently criticize entitled women or insist that things were better back in the day often come across as stuck in the past. This negativity not only makes them less attractive, but it also suggests that they haven't evolved with the times. Take, for example, a man who spends every conversation talking about how difficult dating is now, or how women today are all the same. His bitterness becomes a personality trait, overshadowing any positive qualities he may have. Rather than engaging in meaningful conversation or demonstrating adaptability, he positions himself as someone who resents the present, which can be off-putting. Younger women, in particular, aren't looking for a partner who is fixated on past grievances. They are more likely to be attracted to someone who can approach challenges with optimism, offering solutions instead of dwelling on problems. Complaining about modern women or the dating scene shows a lack of maturity and an inability to adapt, traits that are ultimately unattractive. To truly engage others, it's better to focus on personal growth and a positive outlook on the future. Habit 4. Being possessive and controlling. Possessiveness and control often stem from insecurity and can quickly destroy attraction. Women want to feel trusted and free, not confined by constant monitoring. Example: a man might begin a relationship by showing care and concern, such as texting, "Text me when you get there." However, as time passes, this caring behavior morphs into controlling actions. He may start saying, "Why didn't you answer my call immediately?" This shift feels suffocating to the woman, as she begins to feel like she's being watched rather than trusted. Impact on attraction. Women are naturally drawn to men who exhibit confidence and trust in them. A man who is constantly checking in or questioning every move displays insecurity, not confidence. This lack of trust creates emotional distance and makes the woman feel like she's being controlled rather than cared for. Possessiveness is a major red flag in any relationship, signaling that the man is not secure in himself or his connection with her. Trust is fundamental to attraction. Without it, the relationship will start to feel more like a prison than a partnership. Habit 5. Talking down to her like she's a kid. Main point: older men often assume their life experience gives them the right to lecture younger women, adopting a teacher role. While they may think they're offering guidance, this approach is often condescending and a major turnoff. Example: imagine a scenario where a younger woman is excited about a new project she's working on, explaining her thoughts with enthusiasm. The older man dismisses her, saying something like, "Well, you're still young. You don't understand how things really work." Instead of engaging with her ideas, he belittles her, assuming that his experience automatically makes him more knowledgeable. Impact on attraction. This behavior can quickly kill any attraction. The woman feels disrespected and undervalued, as if her opinions don't matter simply because of her age. Instead of fostering an environment of mutual respect and intellectual connection, the older man unintentionally creates distance. The woman might feel like she's being treated as inferior, rather than someone with valid insights and ideas. This dynamic not only makes the conversation feel one-sided, but also undermines her confidence, reducing her emotional connection to the person. Ultimately, it shifts the focus from admiration and respect to resentment and frustration. Habit 6. Over-reliance on physicality and sex appeal. As an older man, putting too much emphasis on physical attraction and sexual appeal to maintain a younger woman's interest can ultimately lead to dissatisfaction and emotional disconnection. While physical attraction can spark initial chemistry, it's not enough to sustain a meaningful relationship over time. When an older man focuses too much on his looks or sexual performance, he might overlook the emotional and intellectual connection that a younger woman truly craves. For example, If an older man invests all his energy into staying in shape or impressing his partner with his sexual prowess, he may neglect the deeper aspects of the relationship, such as communication, shared values, and emotional intimacy. This can leave the younger woman feeling unfulfilled, as she seeks more than just physicality. Emotional maturity, respect, and intellectual depth play a significant role in attraction, especially as the relationship progresses. While physical attraction may ignite the initial spark, it is the connection of minds and hearts that sustains the bond. Over-relying on physical appeal often leads to shallow connections, eventually causing the younger woman to lose interest, as she yearns for a deeper, more fulfilling relationship that goes beyond the surface. Habit 7. Lack of emotional availability. An older man who is emotionally unavailable or refuses to show vulnerability can be a significant turnoff for younger women seeking a deeper emotional connection. When he avoids discussing his feelings or personal matters, focusing only on surface-level conversations, the woman may feel disconnected and unfulfilled. For example, imagine a situation where the man steers every conversation towards mundane topics, like work or hobbies, while avoiding anything personal. He may brush off questions about his emotions or past experiences, making the woman feel as if she is talking to a stranger rather than someone she can connect with on a deeper level. Emotional openness and vulnerability are essential for building a meaningful, lasting relationship. Younger women tend to value men who can communicate their feelings and share intimate aspects of their lives. This openness fosters trust and closeness, allowing both partners to feel seen and understood. A man who hides behind a wall of indifference or suppresses his emotions may create a sense of emotional distance that ultimately undermines the attraction and connection he seeks to build. In contrast, a man who is emotionally available is more likely to foster a deeper bond that can lead to a fulfilling and supportive relationship. In conclusion, the 7 habits that can be unattractive to younger women all stem from underlying insecurity or a lack of self-awareness. Whether it's trying too hard to appear younger, boasting about past achievements, or constantly seeking validation, these behaviors signal an inability to embrace one's true self. True attraction comes from owning who you are, being confident in your age, and fully embracing maturity. When a man is secure in his identity, he becomes a magnet for genuine respect and admiration. Remember, if you find yourself making any of these mistakes, don't worry. It's never too late to change your approach and evolve into the kind of man who naturally attracts the right kind of woman. Own your age, trust in your experience, and let the right kind of woman be drawn to the real you. Confidence and self-awareness are the keys to creating lasting, meaningful connections.